Most people think starting a company in the Marshall Islands is complicated, expensive, and only for big international investors or offshore finance experts. And because of that belief, they never even explore it properly. But here's the truth no one tells you. The process is actually structured, fast, and designed for international business. And once you understand the exact steps, you can legally register a company much easier than expected. But here's the real problem. Most delays don't happen because the system is difficult. They happen because people misunderstand compliance rules or choose the wrong structure from the beginning. In this video, you are going to learn the complete step-by-step process to start a company in the Marshall Islands in 2026. And stay with me, because in a few minutes I'll show you the one mistake that causes most offshore company applications to get delayed, rejected, or stuck in compliance review. Now, let's start from the foundation. Before you register anything in the Marshall Islands, you need to understand the business structure. This is where most beginners make their first mistake. And that mistake can affect banking, tax treatment, and international compliance. In the Marshall Islands, the most common structure used by international entrepreneurs is the non-resident domestic corporation, often simply called an offshore company. This structure is widely used for global business activities because it is designed for international operations rather than local trading. Let's simplify this. If someone like John wants to open a small local store in a country like the US or Fiji, they would use a domestic business structure. But in the Marshall Islands, most companies are formed for international use, not local operations. Now, imagine someone like Alex, who wants to run an online consulting business, hold assets, or manage international transactions. In that case, a Marshall Islands offshore company can be used because it allows flexibility in ownership and cross-border operations. Now here's where it gets interesting. In a minute, I'll show you how choosing the wrong structure can silently block your ability to open a business bank account or get approved by payment processors, even if your company is fully legal. Now let's move to the first official step. 1. Step 1 is choosing and reserving your company name. In the Marshall Islands, company registration is handled through registered agents and corporate service providers. Your company name must be unique and approved before incorporation. So the process starts with a name search. You submit your proposed company name to your registered agent, and they check availability through the registry system. If approved, the name is reserved for your incorporation process. Now here's a mistake many beginners make. They choose names that sound too generic or too similar to existing offshore companies. This can slow down approval or create branding issues later when working with banks or clients. And here's a retention moment for you. In a few minutes I'll show you how your company name can directly affect banking approval, and even your ability to open international payment accounts. Now once your name is approved, you move to incorporation. This is where your company becomes a legal entity. To incorporate a company in the Marshall Islands, you need a registered agent. This is mandatory. You cannot directly register a company without one. The registered agent prepares and submits your incorporation documents. These usually include the articles of incorporation, details of shareholders and directors, and your share structure. Let's break that down simply. Your articles of incorporation define how your company exists legally. It includes basic company information and structure. Your directors are the people responsible for managing the company. This can be a single person or multiple individuals. Your shareholders are the owners of the company. If you own everything, you are the sole shareholder. Your registered agent acts as the official point of contact with the government and ensures compliance requirements are met. Now, here is where most people struggle. They assume offshore incorporation is complex or heavily regulated, like traditional business setups. But in reality, the Marshall Islands system is designed for efficiency. The real challenge is not complexity. It is compliance accuracy. But here's the catch. Even small errors like incorrect passport details, inconsistent addresses, or missing signatures can delay approval. And this is where many applicants lose time without realizing it. The system is not difficult. It is compliance sensitive. Now let's move forward. Once your documents are prepared, your registered agent submits them to the Marshall Islands Corporate Registry. If everything is correct, your company is approved, and you receive a certificate of incorporation. This is the official legal proof that your company exists. Now pause here for a second because this is important. At this stage, many people believe they are fully operational. But they are missing critical steps required for banking, payment processing, and international compliance. And in a moment, I'll show you what happens if you try to open a bank account without preparing properly. Now let's talk about taxation. One of the reasons the Marshall Islands is popular for offshore companies is its tax-neutral environment for non-resident activities. In many cases, companies do not pay local corporate tax on income earned outside the jurisdiction. But here's where beginners get confused. They think this means zero obligations everywhere. That is not accurate. You still need to comply with international tax rules in your home country, or wherever you are a tax resident. So clarity matters here. Now let's add another layer. The Marshall Islands is not a secrecy zone without rules. It follows international compliance standards such as anti-money laundering and transparency requirements for financial institutions. Now, here's a curiosity loop. In a few minutes, I'll show you how ignoring compliance expectations can cause banking rejection, even if your company is fully legal. Now let's talk about something very practical. Your business bank account. Once your company is incorporated, you need a corporate bank account or payment solution to operate. But here's the reality. This is often the hardest part of offshore company setup, not incorporation. Banks and payment providers will require incorporation documents, proof of identity, source of funds, and a clear explanation of your business model. Now here's the problem many entrepreneurs face. They assume offshore registration automatically guarantees banking access. But banks operate under strict global compliance rules. If your business model is unclear or your documentation is inconsistent, your application can be delayed or rejected. Let's make this real. Imagine Alex sets up an international consulting company in the Marshall Islands. If Alex cannot clearly explain client locations, payment flow, and service delivery, the bank or payment provider may hesitate. So clarity is more important than complexity. Now let's move into compliance expectations. Even though the Marshall Islands offers offshore flexibility, companies are still required to maintain basic records and work through their registered agent. This includes keeping updated company information and ensuring legal requirements are met. Now here's where things become long-term. After incorporation, your company must remain compliant. This includes renewing registered agent services, maintaining company records, and updating any changes in ownership or directors. If you fail to comply, your company can be struck off the registry. And restoring it later is often more expensive and time-consuming than maintaining it properly from the beginning. So consistency matters more than speed. Now let's talk about timeline and cost. Company formation in the Marshall Islands is usually fast if documents are correct. Many registrations are completed within days through registered agents. But delays happen when information is missing or compliance checks require clarification. Costs vary depending on service provider, registered agent fees, and additional compliance services. But here's the key insight most people miss. The biggest factor affecting speed is not the registry. It is the quality of your preparation and documentation. Now let's cover common mistakes. One major mistake is choosing a structure without understanding banking requirements. Another is submitting incomplete or inconsistent documentation. Another is misunderstanding international compliance obligations. And another big one is assuming offshore incorporation automatically solves tax or banking challenges. And here is the mistake I promised earlier. Many entrepreneurs successfully incorporate a Marshall Islands company, but fail at the banking or payment setup stage because they cannot clearly explain their business model or provide consistent compliance documentation. Even a fully legal company can struggle if it does not pass financial due diligence. So incorporation is only the beginning. Now let's bring everything together. To start a company in the Marshall Islands, you begin by choosing the right offshore structure. Then you work with a registered agent to reserve your company name. After that, you prepare incorporation documents and submit them through the agent. Once approved, you receive your certificate of incorporation. Then you focus on banking or payment solutions with full documentation, maintain compliance through your registered agent, and ensure ongoing international regulatory requirements are met depending on your business activity. That is the complete legal roadmap. And here is the most important takeaway. Starting an offshore company is not just about registration. It is about building a structure that supports banking, compliance, and long-term international operations. If you understand the process early, you avoid delays, banking issues, and compliance problems later. And now you have a complete step-by-step guide to starting a company in the Marshall Islands in 2026 with clarity and confidence. If you found this useful, like the video, leave a comment about what type of business you are planning to start, and subscribe because in the next guide, I'll show you how to set up international banking for offshore companies, even if you are starting from zero.